Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I am Harrison Graham, back with another video. 2 days of the NFL Draft are in the books, so let's hand out some draft grades. The Chiefs have made 3 selections. Starting back in round 1, they took LSU running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Interesting selection here. I will give you my grade in just a few moments. He was the first running back off the board. I will say this. He fits into the Chiefs' offense very, very well. Andy Reid said he's a better Brian Westbrook, essentially. That is what he sees on tape. General Manager Brett Veach also texted Patrick Mahomes saying, send me a name that you want, and apparently Mahomes said Clyde, so he is a player that he wanted. I'm not saying Mahomes decided this pick, but when you have Patrick Mahomes and he makes a recommendation, it is certainly something you listen to. So they go with the LSU running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 5'7", 207, has it kind of reminds me of Ray Rice in that mold. Not as quick as Rice, but a similar player, good runner, good receiver as well. But he was the Chiefs' first-round pick. I gave this pick a C. I don't love it because it's not a major need. Running back is never going to be a major need in this Chiefs offense, but it's not a D or an F either because he will be good in this offense. He does fit what the Chiefs like to do. So I am giving this pick a C. Go ahead and grade the pick of Clyde Edwards-Helaire at number 32 overall. And while you're doing that, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. Here's how it works. More subscribers equals more videos. We're already putting up several videos per day. I'm trying to do per week. I'm trying to do at least 1 video per day, but we need more subscribers, trying to get to 4,000 very, very soon. We're well over 3,000. The link's below, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. We have the latest Chiefs rumors, news. We do Q&As, all kinds of interaction with you guys. So go ahead, hit that red subscribe button, and turn on notifications. Now, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was very productive at LSU this past season. I think everybody forgets about him because Joe Burrow in that passing game was so lethal, but he ran for over 1,400 yards. He had 453 yards receiving. He rushed for 16 touchdowns. He's a productive player that's going to fit into this Chiefs offense very well. Now, if I look at the depth chart, I've got him penciled in as running back 2 behind Damian Williams. I still think Williams will be the starter, especially at the beginning of the season. But as you guys know, it's a running back by committee in Kansas City. DeAndre Washington has a chance to contribute. Darwin Thompson and Darrell Williams are on the roster. They're going to have to cut one of those guys. I'm guessing it will be Darrell Williams, but certainly when you take a running back in round 1, they're going to have a chance to start, if not at least compete for that position. So what do you guys think? Who will be the Chiefs starting running back? Type W for Damian Williams, type E for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think it'll be Williams, but he is in the final year of his deal. I bet the Chiefs let him walk after the 2020 season. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the first pick. How about round 2, number 63 overall? The Chiefs select Willie Gay Jr. Interesting selection here as well. I give this pick a B-. Now, we talked about him in my last Chiefs mock draft. I actually got him in the 3rd round when I thought it was really good value. This might be a hair too high, but he's got first-round talent at the linebacker position. The problem is he didn't play a ton at Mississippi State because he had off-field issues which led to suspensions. He had an 8-game suspension for an academic issue in which he cheated on I think it was a biology test in college, some science class, whatever it was. He missed 8 games as a part of an academic scandal. He got ejected from the Egg Bowl against Ole Miss, which is a big rivalry in the SEC for those of you who do not know. He was involved in an altercation with a teammate that resulted in a broken bone in that particular teammate. So this guy has some character concerns. He comes with red flags, but he has the talent to be a top 40, top 50 player in this draft. The Chiefs need a linebacker in a major way. They decided to take a chance on Willie Gay Jr. I give this a B- because if his head's screwed on straight, he has a chance to be a really good player. So Willie Gay Jr. is the pick in round 2. What was your one-word reaction to this pick? You can also grade this pick as well. I'm giving it a B-. One-word reaction is okay. Got to see how it plays out, right? I'm not completely sure. I think you could go a lot of different directions here, but go ahead and send in your reaction to this pick of Willie Gay Jr. in the 2nd round. I'm intrigued to see how it plays out. He's got real talent, not a lot of production because he missed 8 games due to an academic scandal. And that is portrayed on screen right now. 28 tackles, didn't have any sacks, just 1 quarterback hit and 1 forced fumble. But he's a good athlete. He's got potential. I don't know if he can be a Patrick Queen, but I don't think he's that far off. I think he's got similar type of talent as the LSU linebacker does. We just haven't seen enough of Willie Gay in his college career. I do think he will start and play a lot in 3 linebacker sets. Keep in mind, too, the Chiefs run a lot of nickel, like 75% of the time. So Hitchens, Damian Wilson, Willie Gay Jr., they can hold the fort for 2020. And in 2021, you probably will lose either Hitchens or Wilson anyway because you can get out of those contracts. Willie Gay Jr., if he can stay engaged, he should be a part of this defense moving forward. Type me if you are ready for the 2020 NFL season. We were all ready for the draft, still have 1 day to go. Then we'll be ready for the season to get going. Hopefully it starts on time. Type me if you're ready for the 2020 season and for the Chiefs to start their repeat campaign next season. The 3rd-round pick for the Kansas City Chiefs was Lucas Niang, the offensive tackle out of TCU. This was a value selection. Now, tackle isn't a major need for the Chiefs, but there's chatter that Niang can play some guard and could even start his career as a guard and then slide to tackle later on. And that makes sense for the Chiefs because the interior of this offensive line isn't super stout. Now, Niang is coming off a hip surgery at TCU. This guy gave up 0 sacks in 3 years as a starter in college. 6'6", 315. He's long, so he doesn't really have the build of a guard, but he's better than Andrew Wiley. I'm pretty confident in that, so I think he's got a chance to start there. Right now, I've got him as kind of the swing tackle on the depth chart. I got to see what the Chiefs say first about how they view him as a player. But Eric Fisher, after 2020, you can get out of his contract with only $3 million in dead cap. I think that could be an option where Niang is kind of a rotation/guard in year 1, and then he plays tackle in 2021. That could be an option for Kansas City in the future. Who is your top target on day 3? Obviously, the Chiefs have made 3 picks so far, 1 in each of the first 3 rounds. They still have 2 picks to go, 1 in round 4, 1 in round 5. I'll be curious to see if they trade down to get some more draft picks. Who were some of your top targets on day 3? I'm curious in a tight end. Cornerback is a route they could go as well. There's some corners still on the board. I'll be curious to see what the Chiefs do on day 3 of the NFL draft. These are the picks up to this point. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the running back out of LSU. He went in round 1, number 32 overall. The Chiefs then selected Willie Gay Jr., the linebacker out of Mississippi State, with the number 63 overall pick in round 2. And then Lucas Niang, the offensive lineman out of TCU. I think he projects long-term as a tackle. Didn't give up a sack in college. We'll see if he plays some guard, especially in year 1. Their next pick is number 138 overall. And then they also have pick number 177. I like what the Chiefs have done. I'm surprised they haven't taken a corner up to this point, considering they lost Kendall Fuller and Bashaud Breeland's only back on a 1-year deal. Maybe they're big believers in Rashad Fenton. And hey, they have good reason to believe because he played pretty well in limited snaps last season. Maybe they'll roll with him as the nickelback, but I would like to see Kansas City take a cornerback in the 4th round. There's still some names out there. I think the Chiefs can find a guy who can at least come in and compete to be a starting, if not a backup depth type of cornerback as well. So Edwards-Helaire, Willie Gay Jr., Lucas Niang. I think you get 3 impact players on the first 2 days. I thought the running back was a reach, but he's going to help your offense. So in the end, I gave that pick a C. I give Willie Gay Jr. a B-, and I gave Lucas Niang an A-. I really like that pick, especially starting in 2021 when I think Eric Fisher could be off this team. Want to remind you guys to subscribe to Chat Sports. We've been live for the entire NFL draft, and we're not stopping anytime soon. We will be live for rounds 4 through 7 on Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern time. We are going to be turning around pretty quickly here. We'll be back up here. I'll be involved. Mitchell Renz, Tom Downey. We will anchor your draft coverage on Chat Sports. We were the number 1 watch coverage on Thursday night for round 1. We're pretty confident that we were number 1 on rounds 2 and 3 as well here on Friday night. Over 1 million viewers on Thursday. We'll see where we stack up on Friday. We plan to be number 1 on Saturday as well. A lot of these networks, they don't stick around for rounds 4 through 7. 11. We are not one of them, though. We will analyze every single pick. Tom Downey, he studies this for months. He would, if the bosses told Tom, like, hey, we're not going to do day 3 this year, he might just quit his job because he is that obsessed with the NFL draft. So 11 a.m. sharp, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Subscribe and join us for day 3 of the NFL draft.